Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia is at a relatively good level of legislative alignment with the acquis, but the content of the wiretapes shows that the system is undermined by political interference. In June and July, I facilitated a political agreement with the help of Mr. Weigel, Howitt and Kukan, three members of the European Parliament. And I remain convinced that this is the best way to put an end to the current political crisis. I welcome that there has been progress in the last days in the implementation of the objectives agreed by all parties. The political leaders must implement the political agreement in good faith, as well as accelerate the implementation of the urgent reform priorities. The inter-ethnic situation remains fragile, and the review of the Ohrid Framework Agreement needs to be completed. It's essential that further measures are taken to build trust among ethnic communities. Given the circumstances in the light of the progress made so far in the implementation of the June-July political agreement, the Commission is prepared to extend its recommendation to open accession negotiations with the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. This shall, however, be conditional on the continued implementation of the June-July political agreement and substantial progress in the implementation of the urgent reform priorities. We will be looking at this again after the election in spring next year.
Bovanonkovic, Macedonian Information Agency. Commissioner, two questions. First, can you please clarify the thing with the recommendation for Macedonia from the Commission? So I will quote this sentence: the Commission is prepared to extend its recommendation to open accession negotiations with Macedonia, but this shall, however, be conditional on the continued implementation of June, July, etc. So can you please clarify whether is this a recommendation with the condition or a condition to extend a recommendation? It's a first question. And second question, I see several times in the report you are mentioning pro-government media. But however, it's interesting that in a country with more than 100 media which are reporting on a daily basis, there are 70% of them which publicly declare they are close to the opposition party. They are even financed and edited by the Center of Communication from the opposition Social Democrat former Communist Party. But you never even once mentioned in the report pro-opposition medias, but there is 5 or 6 times that you are mentioning pro-government media. So does the Commission is only taking a side in this media battle in Macedonia, which is harsh?
No, but I think one has to differentiate when we are talking about government and the influence of government. It's also about something, a pattern we face, by the way, not only in Western Balkan, probably in many other European countries, that governments have the ability to finance media. And it's about the transparency, how this is done. What are the conditions, what are the consequences, etc. What are, if you like, the conditions, the rule of the games, how media are financed by the public. To finance media by the public is not something per se wrong, but it depends that it is, so to say, ring-fenced in a legal structure which is transparent, which helps freedom of press, freedom of media, which guarantees diversification and which is not doing something on the contrary. And that's why this is something we have to address if we believe it's necessary to do so. On the recommendation, I think the situation is pretty clear. We had this very difficult and very serious crisis. We are not yet through, but we have, if you like, a roadmap. And in the June-July agreement, a lot of things, elements have been agreed, which have to be fulfilled. And so to say, the deadline or the final cornerstone of all these activities are the elections in late April next year, which should be conducted in a fair, transparent, and so to say, according European standards, international standards manner. And this has to be prepared, but also other things have to be done. Everything is agreed. We have these urgent reform priorities. Also here, we have to see certain progress within the next couple of months. Not everything can be fulfilled by the end of April, but a lot can be done. And if everything goes well, and this is, if you like, stick and carrot at the same, we are ready to review to look again into the recommendation, and provided that things have been done, there should be again a full recommendation to open negotiations. But if this is the case, also we as Europeans have to deliver.